Hi, friends. I'm going to let you guys log in for a second here. Hi, friends. How are you? Hello. Hi, guys. We're going to talk about love. Relationships are clearly a little bit off the charts right now, so I'm going to share with you guys what's going on. Most people don't listen to me, so when I tell you about the planets and the stars and the moon and it gets all woo-woo, which you all know I don't do woo-woo, so I'm going to give it to you straight down and dirty. Energetically, the entire planet is lifting up right now. Energetically, you're all feeling the old, which clearly we were raised by mommy and daddy, right? And so I don't care if you've gone through my training, my coaching, my iPod, my sonar, you read the books that I recommend, you go through Tony Robbins. I don't care who you've done, what you've done. If you've done self-development work, you've done this. If you haven't done this, go to my website. Y'all have logins that y'all know me. You can log into the website and do it again. But my point is that we're looking at our relationships right now to be our mama and be our daddy. And I have been dealing with this probably for a good 2 months now. So I thought, okay, I'll just talk about it. Since you know me, I don't see things the way everybody sees them. We take everything so serious and intense and personal, and it's this big ordeal, like there's something wrong with us. And I have told you every truth tribe for the last 5 years, there's nothing wrong with you. You are perfect and amazing and beautiful, and you all have gifts and talents. You all have gifts and talents that other people don't have. So we have to stop trying to be other people, but yet we keep going back to relationships, and we want our relationships to make us feel good when we're uncomfortable. But the whole planet is in disarray right now, and everybody's like, it's okay. No, it's in disarray to get you shaken up so you can pick what you want in love. Now remember, you have a relationship with everyone and everything, right? So everything you do, there's a relationship with. So you have a relationship with money, you have a relationship with your spouse, you have a relationship with your kids, you have a relationship with coworkers, friends, your BFFs, whoever they are. So what I want you guys to start opening up with is, do I address others as my mama or my daddy, right? Do I want them to fill that need? And if we do it, people keep telling me I'm not doing that. Bullshit. That's exactly what you're doing. You are doing this, right? And so I want you to understand is your resonance, what you resonate with. If you're needy, if you're controlling, if you're, I see a lot of enabling, right? We do a lot of enabling, and it's across the board. So we try to go, but I'm not that way with them. I'm only with them. It doesn't matter. The cool part is that your resonance, where you resonate in your heart, is your reality. And your reality in your world is your relationships, right? So how are you doing? Ask yourself, how well am I doing right now? Okay. So I find this is so fascinating, why this is so hard to wrap your brain around, why you would not build a house without tools, right? True? You would not build a house without tools. So why would you think you could build a healthy, loving relationship without proper tools? And everyone thinks they can do it. You have not been given the tools. You have been given shitty education. You may have been educated to I don't know, an engineer and build a building or something. But if you don't have technical training on healthy love, everybody thinks they're just going to like wing it. And I think this is hilarious, right? My husband and I, he, by the way, was like, oh, let them know you have like this this is why. These are the tools you have to use to have and marry a badass husband. And I was like, but he used the tools. That's what makes me laugh, is like, he knows better. And he was like, tell everybody you have this badass husband. Well, I have that because we work at those tools. So your relationships, all of them, remember I went through the list, family, friends, spouse, coworkers. Coworkers are big too because you're with them a lot, right? Your relationships either reveal your pain or they reflect your joy, right? So if you're pushing joy out, they're going to be joyful. If you're pushing pain out, now a lot of us don't know what's going on. I've told you this lunar eclipse, there was a solar eclipse on the October 25th, and there's a lunar eclipse 2 days ago, and you are all feeling the lunar eclipse. How do I know? Because I've been feeling it. And when I feel this stuff heavy, which I already know it's happening, you're feeling it and you're like, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. Some of you had physical symptoms. I've seen a lot of people getting sick. Their bodies are running down so the body can slow down and reset and reevaluate who you are and what you want. A lot of people are having headaches. I've been so exhausted, hungry all the time. I wasn't upset about that when I was like, okay, I'll just eat more, right? And you can't eat so much all the time. I can't keep eating. So the funny part is that we're going through this shift through this portal, right? Where tomorrow's 11/11. So it's a full-on portal energetically. You can't see the universe. I'm just teaching you how to see stuff you can't see. So you're like, what's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. You're just feeling energy shift. You're feeling the entire global planet is lifting up and it's going, we don't want that old shit anymore. We want a better life. Yet you don't know why. This is why. So energetically, that's what happened to us. And now we're going, but I'm going to go to the people in my world and be frustrated because they're not making me feel good because it's uncomfortable, right? To shift and change. Nobody likes to change unless you know why, unless you know you have to change. So now we're all feeling uncomfortable and we're like, I need you to nurture me, or I need you to be my mommy or be my daddy, because that's when you were a child, you got nurtured. It's that fucking basic. And I'm tired of this. Everybody going, it's somebody else's fault. It's you, right? It's you who has to own you. Okay. And so if you can keep looking at yourself going, am I searching for that childhood? Now, most people grew up with unhealthy love, period. This is what I do for a living. I don't care if I'm in corporate America, if I'm in relationship coaching, if I am in one-on-one straight up coaching. Everybody wants to know what's wrong with me. Nothing. I can look at your blueprint chart of your astrology, tell you the 4 spots in there that I know you're going to have some issues, challenges, and major boulders. Okay? So I know I can tell you right where it is, and then people are like, no, I know that's an issue. It's really hard for me, but I don't want to do it. That's on you. That's totally on you. Don't do it. And be miserable. And this is every relationship. If you have a boulder in your money house and your personality blueprint, I don't care what blueprint you use. You can use any personality profile. It tells you where you're stuck. I can just show it to you faster, right? Go on my website, free birth chart. Go download it, do your free birth chart, check your 4 hotspots, and look at them. Or don't, and just trust me. You're bringing up old childhood bullshit to deal with. And if it's coming up and you're feeling insecure, scared, overwhelmed, not sure where to go, what to do, you have no plan, make a plan. That's it. Make a plan that doesn't involve how you interacted when you were a child to get nurturing. And there were things where a lot of kids had to act up to get nurturing. A lot of kids had to do things on their own and get secluded, or they were left alone, or they were latchkey kids to get and feel safe. That's what they do. So you're hiding right now. You're hiding your aggression, you're sad, you're overworking, right? Whatever these things are, they're coming up, and then we reflect that out to our relationships. So then you reflect out pain, and then we're mad at them for not making us happy. And we're like, you're not being nice to me. You don't love me. They're not your mama. Or he's being mean to me. I get this a lot. My boyfriend's not doing this. He's not your daddy. You can tell him what you want. Grow up, be responsible, tell your relationships, this is what I want. This is what I need. I love you. I'm going to go get it. You like to join me or not? That's in, by the way, in my balls book, right? Balancing your relationships. It's in the chapter of the U cup. This is what I need. I'd appreciate it if you want to come with me, or don't. But quit telling them you need them to show up for you in a certain way. Quit telling your partners, your relationships, your family, your friends. You get so mad at your family for not being something. That's not fair. Do you think they live with you, lay in your brain, sit in your thoughts? They don't. So we want so badly to be nurtured right now because the world is fucked up. It's actually pretty much in alignment. It's just that you guys don't like what you're seeing because it's not normal, basic, and monotonous as we used to be. I love shit upside down. makes you actually think about what you want. When you're in this rat wheel, on and on and on and on and on, you never pay attention to what you want. You don't even question it. Most people aren't even asking, is this what I want? Most people in relationships, when I do relationship coaching, okay, again, I do it all day long. That's all I do. Most relationships don't say, hey, this is what I want. What do you want? How do we do that together? Right? Or most relationships don't let the other person have what they want, because the second they start getting what they want and they start pulling away too much, makes you uncomfortable. Thinks you feel like you're not going to have them anymore. And the answer is they're letting you have what you want too. You're never coming together with what do you want together, so that when you do go get these two things you want, it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel like you're alone. It doesn't feel like you're by yourself. But we do this. We go into every relationship with the unhealthy love we learned from Mama and Dada. I know, I'm being a little brutal honest right now, but this is literally coming up so much. Everybody's wounds. And again, that came from Scorpio, which rules our psychology. That was on October 25th. These are the portals I talked about of the eclipse, right? So October 25th, there was an eclipse in Scorpio, which rules, it's like psychology, the darkness, our secrets, our wounds, our childhood wounds, all the stuff below the surface. And then 2 weeks went by, and then 2 days ago, we had a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus, which rules our money, our values. So if your money stuff is coming up, you're like, oh, you're getting nervous. Oh my God, if I lose all my money, my security, my base, my foundation, what if that happens? It's not going to happen if you don't let it. But we get emotional, and when you get emotional, you go to that inner child. And the funny part about all this is none of you are acting like a child with your relationship and saying, why? That's it. What does children do when they're little? Why? Why is it that? They want to know. They want to understand. They want to understand a concept. So if you want to understand your partners or your relationships, ask why. Why are we doing that? Why are you doing that? Why do you want that? You'll clear up all the insecurities as an inner child. Your inner child has the ability to ask why. Why are you doing that? Not mad at them for wanting or don't want this, because it has nothing to do with you. Whatever the spouse, friend, child is doing, okay? Feel free to comment, you guys, if this stuff is coming up for me. I'm happy to answer any of these in the comments. But my point is that relationship stuff is going to keep getting you, okay? Remember, the reality you live in is reflecting your pain, okay? So funny, someone just said, yeah, I was having a freak out about money today. Why? Because Taurus rules money, and 2 days ago, there was a lunar eclipse in the sign of money and values and what you're worth, right? So when your worth comes up and your value comes up and what you're... that's what eclipses do. That's what full moons do. All week, y'all been feeling this. So if your worth is wrapped around, let's say, your security or at home or how much money you have, you're going to go after that who's closest to you and get frustrated with them because you want them to nurture you and make you feel like you're going to be okay. And thus, we want them to be our mama and our daddy. Woo! It's so simple, right? So freaking basic. It doesn't mean you don't love your spouse or your child that you've got, you blew up on the child. This is what happened a couple times this week. People were getting upset with their children, their offspring. And it's because your insecurities are coming up, and it's good because it means you're ready to let them go, right? Totally relate to everything you're saying. You guys, so I'm not making this up. Again, y'all think like when we talk about the planets, I don't talk woo-woo. I'm talking facts. This shit's coming up for all of us. It came up for me as well, right? I actually have been working on lessening my work hours and broadening my delivery energy of who I am, what I want. And fun is at the top, not at the bottom, at the top. Well, many of you know a little bit of workaholic Dawn has some issues with that. So I had to work through this, and now I'm like, game on, right? Game on for fun. But you can't have fun if you're sitting looking for everyone else to be the problem, to fix your emotions that you're scared to feel, to fix the insecurities that are coming up regarding money, psychology, your thoughts, your beliefs. All these things that are coming up, they're for you to see. And so when you're getting frustrated at a spouse or a friend or boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you're with, right? Those typically are first layer of the onion. Now, if they're not in your life, if you don't have one of those, then we go to the next level. We go to like our children if they're in our space. And then we go to work, right? And then we go to those coworkers. We get frustrated with them. And I want you to question yourself, why am I wanting them to fix what I'm uncomfortable with? Why am I looking for them to make me feel better about my insecurities? Why am I reaching outside there? And if I were to ask myself, when I was a child, what did my mom or dad give me or didn't give me that I'm going to reach out and needing security and foundation right now? Because remember, Taurus just 2 days ago had a full moon, shook up our value, our money, and our building, our beliefs, and our foundation. Said, is this who you are? Is this how you want to live? Is this what makes you feel safe and, connected to your world and your values and what's important to you? Does this make you feel good? Right? So if that happened and your money is coming up and all this stuff, and you had parents who didn't teach you a lot about value of money or the value of yourself or the value of who you are or your beliefs about money and value and security, if you didn't get taught that healthy beliefs about it, it's coming up. And so then we get frustrated with people and they want us to nurture us and pet us and make us feel better. It just doesn't work. But I'm telling you how it's going to come out of you to them, and they're going to get frustrated with you. And there's no reason to, because they are not your mom and dad. But we reach out because when you were a child, that was the image, the vibration of love you received. When you looked at them, whether they gave you healthy love or shitty love, that's still what you think love is. I don't care how it came at you. You can ask any person who was abused or watched abused parents. That's what they think love is. And they'll keep going to that as an adult till they wake up and go, oh, that's not healthy. I want to rebuild. So you've got to rebuild healthy love by removing mom and dad out of the picture. And ask yourself, as your inner child, why don't I have healthy love? Right? Why aren't my relationships reflecting a reality of joy instead of revealing my inner pain? Why? Why don't I ask for this? This is my last piece on this call, because it blows my mind every time I go into coaching, group, one-on-one, any of it. Why we are not asking better why questions. When something's not working or they tell you no or you can't do something and you just go, okay, why the fuck are you accepting this? This is crazy to me. Why? Why not? Why are we arguing about this? I don't know. Why? I don't know. Why are we not finding a solution? Why are we not talking about something else? Why are we bringing our old baggage from childhood in? Why aren't we finding tools? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to go there? Why do you want to eat there? Why? We're not being childlike. We're not bringing the inner child out and letting it play, because if you did, you wouldn't be upset with your spouse or friend or coworker or your child. Again, children are coming up a little bit right now. So anyway, they're part of it, okay? Why? That's what I'm going to leave you guys with. If you're having relationship stuff and you're looking at someone to nurture you and make you feel better about money and values, and you're having money issues right now, it's about how you grew up. You got taught crappy version of what you were worth, what your value was, and what you think you're capable of. So you're going to put it out onto those around you. Be careful. Don't do that. Ask yourself, why is this bothering me? Why am I having a hard time sharing it? Why do I have to explain this to anyone? Why don't I just ask them, would you understand if I told you this is scaring the crap out of me? That's basic. We don't talk like that. So act like your inner child is in you and it wants to ask, why? If someone says you can't do something, tell them, why not? The whole thing on the planet right now, everybody's going through health crisis, money crisis, security crisis, relationship crisis, and nobody's asking why. Why? Because the old white picket fence bullshit doesn't work anymore. So we are not asking why. Why it doesn't work anymore? Because it's stupid. It was stupid from the beginning. It's not asking you individually as a personality, why don't you tell me what you want? Why don't you tell me what you want? Okay, spouse. Okay, friend. That's awesome. Let's do it together. If you just ask why, what is the outcome you want? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want money? Why don't you have money? Why are you afraid to lose money? Why are you afraid of the money? Why are you afraid of security? Why are you afraid of telling people what you're worth? Big deal right now with this Taurus moon. Right? Why are you afraid to tell people what you're worth? Or ask them, do you think I'm worth this? I think you're going to be shocked by people telling you, I think you're worth so much more than you think you're worth. That's the big theme going on right now. You're all missing the fact that you're all perfect and amazing. You guys are all truth warriors, right? You guys are all badass bosses. And you're missing it, right? So either way, if your relationships are showing up and you're responding to them like your mom and your dad, Mommy, love me. Mommy, take care of me. Daddy, right? And you're not responding in a different way of going, oh crap. They're showing up and I feel hurt by that. They're revealing your inner pain. Oh my gosh, I'm bringing joy to the table. You're reflecting their joy and they're laughing at you. They're feeling your joy. So either way, however the message is delivered to you, appreciate the message that they deliver because it's for you to see you. It's for you to see where your inner child was wounded or is having a hard time coming out and saying, oh, I might not know what I'm worth. I might not know my value. I might not know if I'm good enough. I might not think I'm very amazing the way Dawn thinks I am. I know you're amazing. I already know you're all badasses. I already know you're all truth warriors. I already know you're willing to go get the truth. If you just ask why. Because ask yourself, if you were a 4-year-old, they'd be asking you 50,000 whys to understand a concept. You're not asking your spouse, your friend, your coworkers that. Because you would get to the root, you would get to the understanding, and you would be so much happier and start reflecting the joy out. Cool? All right, you guys, I love you. We're going to talk more about this on Monday in Truth Tribe. We're going to talk more about this stuff coming up from the portal. Tomorrow is 11/11. It is an incredibly powerfully manifesting portal. So all you got to do is think it, which is why I'm coming on today. Because if you guys can listen to yourselves and ask yourself, why am I so frustrated with this? I have the power to manifest anything I want. Tomorrow, think it, create it, design it. Because tomorrow you will feel it at a level that you've never felt it before. And you'll almost feel like you have this new superpower, right? It's that badassery coming out, that badass boss and you going, I can do this. You'll raise your worth, you'll raise your value, and you're going to feel so much better. So I'll see y'all on Monday, 6 o'clock AZ time, MST. We'll talk more about where these insecurities are coming up and then how to tamp them out and bring yourself back into, your truth warrior state. Okay? I love you guys. Brightest blessings. Have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday. All right. Have a good night.